Hello, everyone. It is Miss Stasch, and I'm going to read you guys a book today. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to go explore Bookshelf, which you guys can all get to through your Canvas logins. So here we go. Okay. Okay, so I went to the 2R section. I'm going to be reading Benjamin Franklin, writer, inventor, and statesman. This book is written by Pamela Hill Nettleton and illustrated by Jeff Yesh. Benjamin Franklin is one of the most important and interesting people in the history of the United States. Ben helped the country form its first government. He was good with both people and ideas. Ben was very smart and curious too. He taught himself how to do many things well. His inventions and ideas still help us today. This is the story of Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin came from a big family. He had 16 brothers and sisters. Wow. He was born in Boston, Massachusetts in 1706. Massachusetts was then a colony belonging to England. Ben's father had a shop where he made soap and candles. When Ben turned 10, he had to stay home from school and help his father. Here we can see Ben is learning how to make soap and candles, but he never did like doing it. Ben got to go to school for only 2 years, but he read every book he found. He taught himself math, writing, and science. Ben learned how to make newspapers in his brother's print shop. He and his brother argued a lot, so Ben ran away when he was 17. He went to Philadelphia, which was the largest city in the 13 colonies. In Philadelphia, Ben worked hard to become a successful printer. By the time he was 24, he had his own print shop. Ben wrote newspaper articles and signed a woman's name to them. His brother printed them in the paper until he learned Ben had written them. Ooh, sneaky. He printed the Pennsylvania Gazette newspaper. He also printed a book he wrote called Poor Richard's Almanac. People loved to read Ben's almanac. It was funny and full of wise sayings we still use today. Some of his sayings included, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Another one was, God helps them that help themselves. Another one was, little strokes felt great oaks. And the last one, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Maybe you guys have heard some of those. In 1730, Ben married Deborah Reed. She helped run the general store in front of the print shop. She sold things such as soap and fabrics. Ben was a happy, funny man. He was also curious. He had a lot of questions about the world, like what makes the wind blow? Or where does electricity come from? Or why is the ocean warm near the shore? When Ben had a question, he tried to find the answer. He wondered if lightning made electricity. He flew a kite in a storm until lightning hit the kite. The lightning traveled down the string and hit a key tied on the other end, and it made a spark, electricity. Ben's experiments with electricity were often dangerous. He once tried to kill a turkey with electric shock. Instead, he knocked himself out. Woof. When Ben found an answer, he used it to help people. He invented the lightning rod, a tall pole to put on top of the house, and it kept lightning from starting fires in people's homes. Back then, people heated their homes with wood-burning stoves. Ben invented a stove that burned less wood, yet was even hotter than other stoves, and it's called the Franklin stove. Ben never sold anything he invented. He just gave away his ideas to make people's lives better. Ben ran the post office and helped the mail get delivered faster. In 1775, he became the first postmaster general in charge of all of the post offices in the colonies. In 1847, Ben and George Washington had their pictures on the very first US postage stamps. Ooh, pretty cool. Ben helped start the first library, the first fire department, and the first city hospital in the colonies. He was a very busy man. Ben's hospital was built especially for the poor. Before this hospital, people who were poor and sick had no places to go for help. It's very important for today. In 1775, the colonies started the Revolutionary War to win their freedom from England. Ben helped write the Declaration of Independence. This important paper marked the beginning of the United States of America. At first, the war was not going well. Ben went to France. He convinced the French to send their army to help the colonies. Many people think the war would have been lost without Ben's work. The French people really liked Ben. They painted pictures of him and wrote poems about him, and crowds even followed him when he walked down the street. After the war, Ben helped make America's first law. He signed the Constitution of the United States, and the country loved him. He died in 1790 at the age of 84. About 20,000 people went to his funeral. Wow. Ben once said he would like to return to the world 100 years after he died to see all the new ideas and inventions. Imagine what he would say if he visited today. There's a lot of new stuff to see since 1790. And Ben was honored by putting his face on the $100 bill. Well, that is our story with Benjamin Franklin. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will have to post another one sometime soon. All right.